What's up everybody, welcome back. This week I want to talk about an instance where a varchar max variable gets truncated to 8,000 characters. And if you're looking at me funny like I thought varchar max was supposed to be, for storing really large values, why would it be getting truncated? That's the same exact thought I had the first time I encountered this problem and didn't know what was going on. So imagine we have a variable that's defined as varchar max. We should be able to put as much data in there as we want within the limits of what a varchar max can hold, which is really, really big. So if we set our variable with 8,000 letter A's using this replicate function, and then we concatenate one more single character B to the end, I would expect this to be 8,001 characters long, and our last character be the letter B, right? Not quite. So if we actually copy that value out of there and look at it, if we go look at the 8,001st character, which we're expecting to be the letter B, it's actually just nothing. It doesn't exist. For some reason, SQL Server truncated our variable to be only 8,000 characters long. So if you're building these kinds of very long strings and setting them into variables, maybe you're using dynamic SQL or something like that, it can be really frustrating that SQL is truncating your data to 8,000 characters even when you explicitly said, hey, make this varchar max, I want it to be more than 8,000 characters. And the reason this happens is because none of the values that we're concatenating together, none of them independently are a varchar max data type. So what SQL Server does is it implicitly, says, okay, since none of these are varchar max, I'm not gonna stick it into a varchar max variable. I'm just gonna make this varchar 8,000, which is still big, and hopefully it'll work for the user. It's kind of SQL Server's way of telling you don't know what you're doing. But I do know what I'm doing because I want my string to be more than 8,000 characters long, so SQL just make it varchar max. And the way you force SQL to do that is by having one of your components of your concatenated strings be varchar max data type. So what you could do here is just cast one of your components as varchar max. We could take our character B and cast it as varchar max, but I don't really like doing that. It's not really clear what the intention is there. Instead, what I like doing is putting a just cast blank as varchar max at the very start of my string, and then put a comment at the end of my line basically indicating, hey, that cast blank is there in order to get SQL Server to store more than 8,000 characters. And storing that kind of comment there is really good for other people who might inherit your code, or for yourself when you forget 3 years down the road what you were doing as to why there's this funny cast blank as varchar max. So that's it. It's a really simple solution to a problem that could be extremely frustrating if you don't know why it's happening. So hopefully now you're prepared in case you ever encounter that scenario, unlike me, who I think it took me 2 or 3 hours to figure out how to actually solve that problem. So thanks for tuning in this week. I hope I see you next time. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified of new videos every Tuesday. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.